14.
Alright, so what we're going to do on this part is we're going to solve the equation. We've done a little bit of this before, but we haven't done using properties yet. Okay, I'm assuming most of you would prefer to do degrees, correct? Okay, so if this says final solution between 0 and 2 pi, this is really between 0 degrees and 360 degrees. Okay? So I'm going to do everything in degrees. If you really like radians, you can put your answers in radians. I'll know the difference. Okay? Alright, so how do you think you would solve this equation for sine?
Add 1.
Subtract 1.
I can't even do that right.
And then divide by 2, right?
So
Bear with
add
me?
1.
Okay. So I get sine is equal to negative a half. Alright, so we actually have to find what angles that's true. So what is sine x, y, y over x over y, what's sine? Y. Okay, so if you look at your unit circle, or if you have it memorized, we have to know every single place where sine or where y is negative a half. Every single one that's on your full circle. Yeah, it goes that way. Try to do it backwards.
210.
Okay?
330.
Good. Anywhere else?
210 and 330.
210 and 330. Good. Those are your answers. That's all you're doing.
Where's the twist?
Huh?
Where's the twist?
The twist is when you have to use your properties. We'll do one like that in a second. Tangents are a little bit trickier.
Oh, great.
Okay, why would I say that? Well, tangents are not exactly on your circle, right? Why do you think tangents are? Is that what you're gonna say?
I was gonna say because isn't it like y over x?
Yes. So you have to actually solve it.
Good job.
You can't just look for the points and know exactly what it is. Okay, but I'm gonna show you a shortcut. Maybe you can like memorize this. Okay. How would you solve for tangent? Subtract square root of 3. Okay. Tangent is y over x. So if you want to, you can go to every single point on your unit circle and take y divided by x.
Oh jeez.
Okay. I didn't think you'd probably want to do that, right?
Maybe part of them.
All of your 30 degrees. So your 30 degrees, your 150, your 210, and 330. Those are all your 30 degrees, the ones that are closest to your x-axis. The tangent of those are all square root of 3 over 3. So if you can memorize that, then you don't have to figure out which ones are which. All of your 45s, which those should be your easy ones. Do you know what those are? You're dividing, they're the same number? 1. Okay, now, you have to assume these can both be positive or negative depending on what quadrant you're in. Quadrants 1 and 3, tangents are positive. Quadrants 2 and 4, tangents are negative. Okay, then all of your 60 degree angles. So 60, 120, 240, and 300. Those are all square root of 3s. So the ones farthest away are square root of 3, ones closest are square root of 3 over 3. That prevents you from having to divide out every single time. Okay, so where would tangent be negative square root of 3? Well, I know I limited it down to 4 options, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so where would it be negative at? What quadrants? 2 and 4. So this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. So what are my answers?
120 and 300.
120 and 300.
So you really need to divide out like the 1 and then the square root of 3 over 3. You just have the.
This will be given to you as here.
Okay.
Okay, those will be the answers that you get. You're trying to figure out these. Okay.
This way.
Yep,
How do you know that it's in quadrant 2 or 4?
it's in both of them. About how did I know for this one?
Yeah.
Okay, because of my signs. So like in quadrant 1, they're both positive. So if I divide 2 positives, I still get a positive. but in quadrant 2, it's negative positive. When you divide those, you end up with a negative number. Quadrant 3, they're both negative. Negative divided by negative is a positive.
Okay.
Okay? So it's based on the signs, because if you divide 2 positive or 2 negatives, it's positive, otherwise it's negative. Okay, does that make sense?
So those numbers are given to us.
This was given to us. I'm telling you that these are true.
Okay.
Okay? So that way you don't have to divide out y divided by x every single time. Alright, we're gonna do one more. This is the fun one. So you said, where's the twist? Here's the twist.
Again?
Okay, what's different about this one?
Was it equal to something?
Has 2 trig functions. You can't have 2 trig functions.
Oh, yeah.
So you're gonna have to replace and get it where you just have 1 trig function. How could I replace either sine squared or cosine squared?
Divide by cosine. Wait,
Well,
it's
no,
one of
it
the
gives
two.
you a little.
Pythagorean.
You could do that and then change it to tangent, but I never thought about that.
That's, yes.
I've never done it that way, but you totally could.
Wait, what? What was
Divide
he
by
saying?
cosine. and then
Okay,
you
so
change
he
it.
says divide by cosine squared. Totally never did this way.
So are we gonna do it both ways?
Sure.
Okay, good.
Oh, good.
Okay. So then you get tangent squared equals 3. How do you get rid of a squared?
Square root.
Square root it. Okay, how did I know sine over cosine was tangent?
Because
It's
on
not
the same.
Okay, so the quotient identities.
Yeah.
And anytime you take a square root and you solve an equation, you have plus or minus in front of your answer. Thank you. So tangent would be plus or minus square root of 3.
Yeah, I like
This
that.
is way faster than the way I did it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So what would
Well,
my
he's smart.
what would my answers be?
60, 120, 240, 300.
Good.
Whoa.
Totally never even thought about this.
Oh, it's this
Does that make you happy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
I
does.
think I thought so.
It does make me happy.
She sounds happy.
Olivia, I feel that.
That's true.
I feel like
I like it when you guys come up with ways to
Okay,
make
can you do it?
Don't
like
come to
the way
me
you
for
were gonna
homework,
do
because
it?
I
Okay.
won't know how to do it then.
So the way I thought to do it was use my Pythagorean identities, but change either sine squared or cosine squared
Wow.
to make them the same. Because like, what's sine squared equal to?
1 minus cosine.
Okay, so I would replace this with 1 minus cosine squared.
That's already too much work.
That's what I would have done. And then I would have got cosine squares on the same side. So I would have added cosine squared. It is more steps than what you did. Not too many. So then I have 1 equals 4 cosine squared. Then what?
Cosine squared equals 4.
Divide by 4, so cosine squared equals 1/4. And then to get rid of the square root. So square root of 1 is 1, and square root of 4, 2. Plus or minus. Either way, you get the same answers. So what, it really doesn't matter on this one how you do it.